Well, it's very tasty, Bingsy, old boy, very tasty.
Why, it's me old pal, Johnny Mercer. Johnny, you're just the guy I want to see. You're a songwriter. You've got your finger right on the pulse. You know what the people want.
Well, I hope so, Bing. What's the trouble?
Well, Marilyn Maxwell was just in here, and she hinted very strongly that the old groaner is starting to slip a piece.
She did?
Yes.
Why, she's got a nerve telling you that.
Darn right.
Sure, we all agreed to keep it hushed up.
Johnny, we've been pals a long time. You can speak freely to me. Do you think I'm slipping?
You want me to be frank?
No, don't even mention his name. You're upset tonight. You're just you're fighting me, John.
Well, Bing, you see, it's a little tough to tell you, but the parade is going by.
It is?
Yes, and there you are, sitting on the curb, overflowing slightly into the gutter, of course.
I suppose I could always get a guitar and a horse.
That's it. Become a singing cowboy. Why, you'll be pointed out everywhere as the portly Roy Rogers.
Hey, that's right. I could even make a picture called Wide in the Saddle, huh? Well, it won't hurt your reputation, John, to sing one song with me. Come on. Let's knock a chorus of the last one we sang together. You know the one we introduced?
Well, gee, Bing, I don't know if I remember the words to Dardanella.
Okay, it'll be the other one then.
Oh, not that old thing.
Are you kidding? We fractured them with it in the gold room of the farmer's market. Let's go, mate.
Oh, Mr. Crosby.
Yes.
Say, Mr. Crosby.
Talk to me, son.
All the orchestras are swinging it today.
Outstanding gates coast to coast.
Wanted to find out what the noise is all about. Do you really think that swing is here to stay?
Well, now, I'm glad that you asked me, Mr. Mercer.
Yes?
Oh, Mr. Mercer.
I have an attentive ear.
Swing is really much too ancient to condemn.
You don't tell me.
Why, in the jungles they would play in that same abandoned way.
On the level, Mr. Crosby.
Oh, on the downbeat, Mr. M.
Say, Mr. Crosby.
Come closer, son. I'm listening.
Dear Oscar Crosby.
Come here.
I've been reading in the latest magazine.
Yes.
They say a jiving jitterbug blows his top and cuts a rug. Will you tell me what that language really means?
Mr. Mercer.
Tell me.
Mr. Mercer.
Yes?
As a student of the slang, they use pro tem.
Pro tem?
Yes, that just means a solid gate. Cuts a murderistic plate.
Why, that is amazing, Dr. Crosby.
That's elementary, Mr. M.
Say, Mr. Crosby.
Come to me.
Tell me here, Crosby.
Mix.
Is it true that swing's another name for jazz? And first place it was played was the New Orleans parade, and the 7 jazz bands gave it all it had.
Oh, Mr. Mercer.
Careful there.
I believe that its foundation came from them.
You're quite positive.
Why, they just slowed the tempo down, and they really went to town.
Sort of allegretto, Mr. Crosby?
Alligators, Mr. M. Oh, Mr. Mercer. Now I trust that I have made this matter clear.
Yes, it's sufficiently clear.
So when someone plays a thing, you're gonna understand its swing and appreciate the rhythm that you hear.
Hey, Mr. Crosby. Hey, Mr. Crosby. I'm afraid that type of rhythm's not for me. You see, I prefer my music played a la Schubert, serenade.
Sort of retardo, Mr. Mercer.
Sort of Lombardo, Mr. Thief.
Thank you, Johnny. Thanks a lot, Johnny. You can drop in at the old CP anytime. And now, gang, it's a real privilege to bring you a man whose name has always been synonymous with the topmost rung in show business. This gentleman has done everything from grabbing a spear in Shakespearean stock to grabbing off the honors in more pictures than you can count. Here's the mayor of Hollywood Town, Mr. Lionel Barrymore.
Well, thank you, Bing. And hello, fellas.
Lionel, I've been an admirer of yours for longer than I can remember. I think you're one of the finest actors on the screen.
Well, that's very flattering, Bing.
I really mean it, Lionel. There are just a few truly great dramatic actors left. By the way, did you happen to see a picture called Going My Way?
I should say I did, Bing. And I want to say it was one of the most magnificent pictures I've ever seen. What a story. What direction. And what superb acting.
Superb, really?
Oh, enchanting. It's been a long time since I've seen as great a performer as Barry Fitzgerald.
Yes, I thought he was very adequate. But now about the rest of the cast. For instance...
Oh, well, of course, the young priest.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I always did like Frank McHugh.
Lionel, there were other people in the picture, too.
Oh, sure, lots of them. Lots of them. There were any number of splendid bit parts.
You sure you saw the picture?
4 times.
You didn't notice me?
Oh, of course I did, Bing. Of course I noticed you.
Well, how did you like me?
Well, you always sing well, Bing.
Well, I'm glad I have some fans left.
Oh, of course you have, Bing. Of course you have. Why, we had a little popularity contest out our way only last week. True, you didn't win, but you came in second.
Well, that isn't bad. That's good. Who came in first?
Carmen Lombardo.
Well, naturally, Carmen Lombardo won. Look how many votes he's got right in his own family.
Well, you mustn't let this situation get you down, Bing. You'll start worrying all the time, and pretty soon, the first thing you know, your hair will start falling out.
That'll be the lightest fall of years.
Don't think of your career so constantly. Develop some other interest. Why don't you settle down, raise a few children?
Man, I got closets full of them.
Good. There's nothing like kids, Bing.
That's right, Lionel. If worst comes to worst, they can always take care of me in my old age.
You mean they don't?
They report... They are reporting to Lockheed Monday morning. I better...
Well, I guess I better be getting along now, Bing. But before I do, would you do me a favor?
Anything.
Will you sing a song for me? One of my favorites.
I'd be glad to, Lionel, if I know it.
Oh, you know it all right. Matter of fact, it came out when you were right in your prime, Bing, during the panic of 1907. It's called Dear Old Girl.
Oh, yes, I know it well, Lionel. And if the Charioteers will help me out, we shall tap it right here and now. Gang, once again, meet that fine vocal group who music hall it with me weekly, the Charioteers. Dear old girl, the robin sings above you. Dear old girl, he speaks of how I love you. My blinding tears are falling as I dream of my lost pearl, and my broken heart is calling for you, dear old. If I could just hold your charms again in my arms, then life would be complete. My blinding tears are falling as I dream of my lost pearl, and my broken heart is cold.